Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's my birthday, so I have decided to share 6 things that I have learned in life. If you're someone who haven't realized these things yet, then I would say for you to survive in this earth that we live on, then you should take this advice very, very seriously. Number 1 is to know thyself. Know yourself. It's your responsibility to learn you, to learn your weaknesses, your strengths, and everything that makes you you. I think it is possible to do this at any stage in life. As humans anyways, we are always evolving, we're always growing, and we're always learning new things and taking on new perspectives, always unlearning, relearning, or sometimes just staying stuck. But you could be 16, 20, 25, 30, 35 watching this. At every stage, you should always be in tune with yourself to know where you are mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically. You should sit with yourself, get to learn you. Know what you like, know what your passions are, know what your quirks are, what your personalities are like. I know a lot of times people tend to, have this information through, astrology. But honestly, if I'm being quite honest with you, astrology is not really accurate until you observe yourself, sit with yourself honestly and reflect. Who am I? It's so important because if you do not know who you are in this world, society is going to tell you who you are. Everyone around you is going to dictate to you who you should be. So my advice to you is know thyself. So important. Number 2, learn the human behavior. What did I say? Learn the human behavior. It's so important. Honestly, as long as you're on this earth, I think it's also your responsibility to learn the human behavior. To understand patterns, recognize patterns, know what you can take from people, notice behavioral traits, things that you know could bring you to a place of depression, anxiety, people that you may not feel safe with. You need to learn the human behavior because the humans are scary. People are scary. I feel like I've literally just recently had like an awakening that has opened my eyes to humanity. I used to be so naive. I was saying to my friend earlier today how, sometimes I'm online on TikTok, Facebook, I see real life stories, but I used to be like, is this really true? Like, is it possible that this can happen? For instance, right, the girl called Ifunanya, and that's been trending on TikTok where she, her dad went back to Nigeria and his siblings literally neglected him and were, they were spending his pension, right? And there was someone else, I can't really remember her name, but this is an example of humanity. Now, in the world, there are good people and there are bad people. Not everyone's bad, right? But to be very honest, we live in a world where there are very, very few people that do the actual inner work to become whole and healthy, right? But then we have majority, if I'm being quite honest, I do like to think that we do have majority of people who are just walking this life on autopilot and just moving anyhow, not paying attention to themselves and are causing damage to the universe or to the earth, really. So I think to protect yourself, especially if you're a young person, especially if you're below 25, your frontal lobe has not yet formed. Or maybe you may be one of those older people, you've gotten, to your 30s, 40s, 50s, and you're still not realized from some certain truth. And this could be because you have been stuck in a childhood mindset. You've been arrested in your childlikeness and you've never really had the chance to grow. And you keep on being naive all through life. You need to learn the human behavior to exist on this planet. It is really important. Number 3, be grateful. Be grateful. When I look back on my messages, like if you go to my old videos from 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, gratitude is something that I've always talked about. Even though at that time, I didn't believe in God. I used to believe in the universe. I do believe in the universe working together for us. And the reason why I believe that is because God is the one who created the universe. I believe in the creator of the universe. So it's so important to be grateful. Not everyone has a home. Not everyone has clothes that they can change every day. Some people are repeating clothes. If you walk around, you look around, you see homeless people suffering, right? It's not that these people, that they're just like, oh, whoa, you know, like all of these bad things have decided to happen to them. Circumstances happen, life happens that can put people in such situations. So be grateful for what you have, no matter how little it is. That's something that I've personally learned, especially in my present journey. And also, I find that I feel like recently, particularly, especially towards my birthday period, I genuinely feel like God had been testing me with this. Are you really grateful? Because I feel like things just kept on happening to me where it's like, should I really be grateful for this or should I be angry? But even when life circumstances happen, you can be honest with yourself and still be grateful for the little, even if it doesn't work out. As much as some of us can be quite spiritual, it doesn't mean that we see things all the time. Sometimes I believe that God actually hides some things from us. You may call yourself a prophet, a seer, whatever it is. As much as you can see sometimes, not everything you can see. So sometimes we do not know what God is actually protecting us from for things to not happen. So this is why you have to be grateful. Whether it works out for you, whether it doesn't work out for you, be grateful, because I personally believe, as a Christian, I am a Christian. The word says that everything is working out together for my good. So if things go bad, if things go good, if they go left, go right, it's all working out together for my good. Number 4 is very important. You've got to know God. So if we go back to number 1, I said, know thyself. Well, can I be really honest with you? You can never ever know thyself. You can think that you've come to a form of understanding of who you are as a human being, because of course we do have brains, we have willpower, there are things going on in us that we have intelligence, right? So of course we can understand ourselves to a certain extent. But I don't believe that we can ever know who we truly are in depth until we know who God is, until we know who Jesus Christ is. When you know God, you know who you truly are. You know the kind of authority and power that you carry on earth. You know whose you are, who you belong to. You know how to move. You know and you move by the Spirit, by the wind, by how God wants to speak to you. It's so important to know God, to know His character, to understand why He does things the way He does. It's important to ask. I know some people might not believe in God, atheist, agnostic, and like, oh, it's like this big bang theory. How do you think that you exist? How do you think that you have breath? Do you think something random just came and just made you come to life? Or they say evolution, we are evolving from monkeys to human beings. No, if you really go down deep into it, it has nothing to do with evolution. I genuinely feel like some atheists and agnostics are being in denial because of the complexity of who God is, the good and the bad. So, know God is so important. It will take you a long way in life. If there's anything I could say to my 16-year-old self before she made certain mistakes in life, and now that doesn't mean that those mistakes may have not taken place, right? But if there's anything I could have said to her is, know God, seek Him out, question, ask why. Number 5, this is one of the important ones as well. You need to know your purpose and pursue it with passion. You've got to know why you are on this earth. Now, some people, great, like somehow, they're able to be in tune to just go straight into finding their purpose and doing it. But some people are genuinely lost. Some people never have that kind of foundation, and some people find it hard to find their purpose. And this video, talking about purpose, I'm going to talk about this in my next video. It's something that I've had in mind to break down a bit to help you understand if you're someone who, you don't have any, you sort of lack knowledge on what purpose could be. Purpose basically means, why were you created? Why are you on earth? Don't think that you're just on this earth to just move like you move and just live and survive and pay bills. God has created you for more. I personally believe that purpose is a daily thing. It's not about the big stages. It's not about the big talents, the big gifts. Purpose is something that it could just be you helping someone. It could be you, just giving a friend a shoulder to lean on. Purpose is not necessarily that broad thing that we think that, because we see Burna Boy, yes, this is big purpose, he's on those big stages. No, purpose are in the mundane, the little things. But like I said, I'll talk about this more in the next video. But I want you to think, you need to know your purpose. I want you to know this. I want you to download this into your system. You do need to know your purpose in life. As long as you are alive, you do have a purpose on earth. Number 6, this very last one, is one that I feel like I have had to learn in a hard way, which is love good people. When God brings you good people, if you're someone who believes in the universe and you don't believe in God, or when the universe to you brings good people, you need to hold them. You need to honor them. You need to love them. You need to serve. You need to make sure you're showing up fully. Because sometimes we think that when there is just 1, 2, 3 good people around us, we're like, yeah, there's plenty. Yes. Especially if you do have a great and abundant mindset. Yes. But remember that we cannot mock God. And if you believe in karma, what goes around comes around. So if you think that you can use the good people around you, you can manipulate them, you can take advantage of them and think that you're going to find more good people anyways, I personally believe that even that universe that you believe in will hide those people away from you because you do not know how to take care or steward good people. And I believe that good people are like jewels. They're rare. As much as we live in an abundant world, as much as we can have an abundant mindset, I personally believe that good people are rare. And when you look around the world, sometimes you may think that you have options. That's why you see sometimes people are in relationships and they think that the grass is greener. But when they jump onto that other grass, they see that actually, if I just taken care of my other grass, maybe it would be greener than what I thought, because what they've jumped to, it's not even close to what they had previously. You hear people say there are plenty of fishes in the ocean. Yes, like I said, these things, we live in an abundance if you do God's grace. We all do by God's grace. That's if it's your mindset. But never take what you have for granted. So when I'm saying that when good people come into your life, make sure that you are not taking them for granted. Steward them, appreciate them. Don't misuse them. Don't take advantage of them. Do not manipulate them. Honor them, serve them, and do well by them. Because they will always do well by you. Honestly, they will always do well by you. Now, let me just elaborate on this good people. Good people meaning genuine souls. Sometimes these genuine souls might not even have the emotional intelligence that you need, but you can all use, if you say you're really emotionally intelligent, yes, great, but you can use your emotional intelligence to help these people navigate life, to help these people gain wisdom, not to use your own wisdom to manipulate. What goes around comes around. These are the 6 lessons that I have learned strongly in life. And I would strongly advocate that you honestly just lean into these things that I'm saying because they are serious. The life that we're living in is not a joke. It might be a joke to you because you think, I'm just waking up, I'm paying bills, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm just going to work, I'm going to the gym, and you think you can just move scatty. Know that there is a divine taking account of what's happening. And one thing with God and even the universe, if that's what you believe in, is that it balances out. So what goes around comes around. You need to learn these 6 things. They are very, very, very important. Now, there are other things I have not covered. Maybe in the future, I might share more lessons that I have learned, but these ones have really, really, really stood out to me and has been something that I've just been like, wow. And I feel like in this next phase of my life, I will be taking these lessons. I have no other options. If not, I feel like I will be, if I go the opposite way of these lessons, I will be definitely accumulating some karma that I don't need. So if you don't believe me, ask around. If you don't believe me, go on Google and search. These things are true. Now I know not everyone believes in God, but I wouldn't stress much than, honestly, you've got to believe in a power greater than you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. It's your host, Ngozi, and I will see you in the next video.